Welcome to this chair yoga practice. Make sure you're seated on your chair in seated mountain, where the ankles are underneath the knees are in line with the hips, shoulders stacked above the hips. Hands resting on the lap, palms up or down, whichever feels the best for the shoulders. Maybe take a deep breath in, open mouth, sigh it out, let it go. And then allow the eyes to softly close. Back teeth are lightly parted to release the jaw. And the tongue resting softly in the base of the mouth. Check the edges of the eyes, the edges of the nostrils, the corner of the lips are all soft and released. Bring your attention to your breath, just feeling whatever your natural breath is, this easy in and easy out. On each exhale, just feel the elbows gently easing the shoulders down. Check that the connection between the hands and whatever they're resting upon is light and soft. And as you find yourself settling, the breath is easy. And begin to bring the breath under your control as you ease into your practice of 3-part breath, Dirga Pranayama. Engaging that longer, slower inhalation. Engaging the longer, slower, deeper exhalation. Controlling the breath, but without force or strain. So consider the parts of the lung on your 3-part breath. Breath comes through the nostrils and comes to the lower lungs. And you bring it out to travel through the center of the lungs. And if comfortable, all the way up to the very top of the lungs. And when you exhale, it's from the top down to the center, down to the lower lungs, squeezing the belly to the spine, pushing out that breath. An opportunity to be still, to be quiet, to be simply focused on the breath. An opportunity to allow your central nervous system deep rest. Eased away from that fight or flight mode. Take one more long, slow breath in. Maybe find a little slight holding at the top of the breath if it's comfortable to do so. And as you exhale, see if you can slow it down just a little bit more than the one before. And at the end of that breath, bring in the belly to the spine. And again, maybe a slight retention, a slight holding of the breath. And when you're ready to inhale, return to your easy, natural flow. Easy in and easy out. And when you're ready to open your eyes, do so on an inhalation. And your exhale can be a sigh, it can be a wriggle, a stretch, a shake out, anything that you need to do. You've been sitting still for a couple of minutes there and it can feel quite a long time really. Go for a nice easy walk. So just picking up the feet, picking up the knees, but keeping the torso tall and straight so you're not wobbling side to side as you watch. And then maybe bring the arms into it, maybe making fists. Just nice and easy. Not overdoing anything. We're going to take that to an out, out, in. So the legs go out, out, in. And if you want, the arms can follow with an out, out, in. Or you can keep your arms down or keep them marching. Whatever is the best for you. And the next time the legs come in, just let them stay there. Let the hands come down. Shoulder shrug, shoulders up towards the ears. Hide the neck and exhale. Lay the shoulders down nice and gently. One more time. Bring the shoulders up. Hide the neck. Slow exhale, releasing it softly down. I'm going to wriggle out the fingers like you're playing the piano. And just take them side to side. Keep your feet grounded and keep the sits bones on the chair. Don't let them lift. Just reach and begin to reach as far as you can with those sits bones still down on the chair. Next time you're over to the right, we're going to hold. So press down and reach out a little bit more. And then begin to come through center. Go over to the opposite side and stay there. Don't hold the breath, just hold the stretch. Reach a little bit more if you can. And then bring yourself back to center. Let the hands come down, shoulder rolls. Shoulder rolls. You're going to do 3 of them at your own pace. And then when you're ready, take those 3 around in the opposite direction. Come through center. Make sure you've got space between the knees and the ankles in your seated mountain. Lift tall on your inhale. Press into the sits bones. Lift the top of the head up and take the right ear to the right shoulder. Let the left hand come over and hold that shoulder down if it's comfortable to do so. Just feel a comfortable stretch in the side of the neck. We hold a lot of tension in the neck. Inhale the head up, release the hand, lift tall on your inhale, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. If you want a little extra, you can bring your right hand over and hold that shoulder down, but make sure this right shoulder doesn't hike up to do so. And then on an inhale, lift the head all the way to center. Bring the shoulders up in that shrug just one time. Exhale them down, press into your sits bones, lengthen up the spine, back of the neck to the top of the head and feel a little taller. Imagine you have a pencil at the tip of your nose and see if you can draw a straight line over to the right. Nice and slow. Take it to an easy place and then come back through center. Is that line as straight as it possibly can be? And when you're ready, draw that imaginary straight line over to the left. And then coming back through center. I'm going to do it one more time, just taking it a little deeper if it feels comfortable to do so. So feel that straight line at the tip of the nose going all the way to the right and maybe a little bit further behind, and then hold. Take the eyes out to the corners like you're really looking behind you. And bring the eyes back to center. Keep tall through the spine as you bring that straight line back to center. And when you're there, take a big breath in to lift and lengthen. And then exhale, begin to draw that imaginary straight line all the way over to the left. Maybe taking it a little further. And then take the eyes out to the corners like you're really looking behind you. Bring the eyes back to center and bring it all back to center. When you're forward, let the hands come down and just let them swing backwards and forwards, just at whatever easy height is. And then begin to flick out the wrists and fingers. Just give them a nice flick. And bring the arms up and down. And next time they come about shoulder height, bring those fingertips out nice and wide. Breathe. Open up across the chest and the upper back as you lift tall. Turning the right palm up, the left arm is coming down nice and long and strong, and the right arm reaches up to 12 o'clock or wherever you can take it. On an exhale, we're coming over to the left. You can make your left hand into a fist. It might give a little weight to pull that left shoulder down. And then inhale back to 12. Turn the right palm away from you, sweep it out T position, and then sweep it all the way back down beside your chair. Lift tall on your inhale, left arm comes out T position. Feel the length of that arm, turn the palm up, reach up towards the sky. On an exhale, coming over to the right, your right hand can pull that shoulder down if you wish. Just a comfortable, easy stretch, a little side stretch here, a little opening through the intercostal muscles. And then inhale to the sky. Turn the palm away from you and sweep the arm down. So we're going to do the same action, but we're going to use a little bit of movement on the breath. So it's going to be your inhale to sweep the right arm up towards the sky, and your exhale to come over to the left. It's your inhale to return, and your exhale to bring that right arm down. It's your inhale to bring the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale to come over to the right. Inhale to the sky. Turn the palm away from you. Exhale that arm down. And one more time. Sweeping the right arm up on your inhale. Coming over on your exhale. Take it where it works for you. Inhale up towards the sky. Exhale that right arm down. Wait for your breath. Your inhale, rising that left arm. Your exhale to come over for a beautiful side stretch. Inhale to return to the sky. Exhale, sweep that palm down. When it's all the way down, and let the arms flow softly up and down. You might want to move the shoulders as well. Maybe even nod the head a little bit. So even though we did a side stretch, there was some shoulder movement in there. Then we're going to sweep the arms across in front of us, nice and easy, keeping the tall spine. Just let the elbows, the wrists, and the fingers go super soft. Lovely. And when you're ready, let your hands release back down. Take a deep breath in, open mouth. Let it go. And just notice, you may be feeling some sensations in the arms, the shoulders, maybe the upper chest, maybe the neck, the upper back. Just notice what you're feeling. And when you're ready, bring your right foot forward. So if you're sitting back on your chair, you may want to come forward a little bit. Make sure your left ankle is still underneath your knee. You're going to pick up that right leg so you can hold it, but not to round the spine. So it doesn't have to be high. It's a point and flex. And then as you point your toes, begin to crunch them like you're making a fist. And when you flex, see if you can bring them a little closer to the kneecap and open them out wide, and you'll get a deeper stretch down the back of the leg. You're going to change it to ankle circles when you're ready. And around in the opposite direction. And bending your knee, bringing that foot back down. If you feel any energy in this muscle, you may want a little massage or pummel on it. Take a deep breath to be tall in your mountain. And when you're ready, bring your left heel forward. Picking up your leg, you don't have to hold it, or you can hold it, as long as you're not rounding the spine to hold your leg, and it's a point and flex. Ankle circles. And around in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, bending your knee, bring that foot down. Again, if you feel any energy, you can just give it a nice little massage. We're going back to an easy walk. And I'm going to pick up the knees a little higher. And then when you've found the height that works for you without rounding through the spine, pump out the arms. Give them a nice pump. Notice if you're marching with the same arm and same leg, or if you're marching with the opposite arm and opposite leg. Just get it in your head what you're doing so you know what you are doing. And then change it up. Smile at yourself. And then change it back. Change it up. Change it back. So hopefully you're back to where you started, what you were originally doing. It'll be interesting, right? And then bring it all down. Take a deep breath in. Maybe an open mouth side out. A shrug at the shoulders, a drop at the shoulders, a nod at the head. Just check in that you're not holding the neck stiff. Beautiful. We're moving into our spinal work, our cat and dog. So make sure you're a little bit more forward on your chair so you've got space around the spine. Place your hands either on your sides. I like to have my elbows out. You may want your hands down on your chair. But it's a movement on the brow. So inhale to lift, and on your exhale, bring the tailbone slightly forward. Take the belly and the belly button back, the breastbone back. Tuck the chin, let the shoulders come forward, and let the head really drape. Check what you're looking at. You should be looking down between your thighs. And on an inhale, press into the feet, the sits bones, and lengthen up through the spine. So a tall, long spine. I'm going to do that one more time. Exhale into your cat. Tuck your chin, drop your head, and then come up nice and tall. Straight spine. Chin power with ground. We begin to add on to our cat and dog. So it's your exhale to round. And as you come up on your inhale this time, let the tailbone go a little bit towards the back of your chair, and let the center of the chest puff forward and squeeze in the shoulder blades. Chin stays power with the ground. It's your exhale to round. So a little bit more spinal work. Otherwise, just come up through a tall spine. You know how your back feels today. If you're coming forward, you're puffing out that chest, squeezing in your shoulder blades. You're creating that letter S through your spine. And see if you can slow it down for as long as your inhale and your exhale can be. So exhale into your cat. Yeah. Inhale to your dog. It's a beautiful movement, lubricating your spinal discs. Every time we practice our cat and dog, we're going to do it one more time. Exhale, rounding into your cat. Inhale, coming up through center this time. And when you're all the way down, just relax the arms wherever you place them. Maybe give them a roll, a shake out, a wriggle, or a stretch. So we move side to side, we move backwards and forwards. We're going to come into an easy rotation, so finding your seated mountain. Let the left hand come over to your right leg, your right knee, where the shoulders are still facing forward. And let the right arm come forward, keeping it lower than your shoulder. Take a look down towards your fingers and pull the shoulder back. Press into your feet and see if you can rise a little higher up through the spine, the back of the neck. And when you're ready on an exhale, you're going to feel the tailbone move first. You'll feel your left hip come forward, your right hip go back. Your left rib cage come forward, your left rib cage go back. And then that shoulder will follow. And just take this rotation to where it feels super comfortable for you. So you're up tall, you're not leaning off to the side. And then take a look over the shoulder. Bring the face back to center so you're looking down to your fingers, and come on back on your exhale. This left hand will have to move so you're not jamming into your shoulders. And when you're all the way forward, let that arm come down. You may want a little roll. Moving to the other side. So bring the left arm forward. It's low. You can bring it shoulder height if it's an easy rotation for you. And your right arm comes over, either on the outside or on top of the leg. And lift tall. And when you're ready on your exhale, let the tailbone move. Feel your left hip go back. Your right hip come forward. Your left ribs go back. Your right ribs come forward. And the left shoulder follows that action. And just take this rotation. Check that you're still in your mountain legs in front of you. And then see if you can take your chin over your shoulder a little bit more, adding to the very top of your spinal twist. And then bring your face back to center, look towards those fingers, and on the exhale, begin to unwind, coming back to center. And when you're there, just bring it down, roll it out, wriggle it out, go for a walk, shake out. So we're going to add to the rotation. So bringing your legs together this time is going to work the hips a little bit more. Lift nice and tall, and this time let your right arm come up about shoulder height. Take it back. Left hand can come over. It helps to keep the legs together. So think about how close you can get the inside of the legs tight. Take a look down towards your middle finger. On your inhale, lift tall, and on your exhale, begin to rotate over to your right. Just a steady gaze to those fingers. And again, pay attention. Are you moving through your lower back, mid back to upper back? And maybe this time you might go back just a little bit more, but please no force or strain. Find that place to hold, be tall, and exhale, coming back to center. Nice and slow. You'll be making your spine happy, as well as all your internal organs, because they get squeezed out during your rotation. And when you're ready, move into the other side. So left arm forward, make sure the shoulder is back. Lift tall, wait for your exhale. Let the tailbone move. Think of that spiral staircase going from the base all the way to the top. And your right hand is just there to try and hold these legs together, so wherever it feels best for you. Rotate to where it works. Good. Lift tall on the inhale and slowly begin to come back through center. And when you are all the way forward, bring the arm down, take your feet out, hip width apart. Give yourself a little shoulder roll, a little wriggle. We're moving into body rolls. We're going to roll around on the sits bones. You can feel them right, left, right. And I'm going to stir the part at the same time. So a little upper body work as well. Otherwise, keep your arms down. And begin to reach as far forward as you can go, safely, so you don't come off your chair. And the next time you come up into yourself, you're going to take it around in the opposite direction. Oh yeah. Feel the energy in the feet. See how far you can reach safely from your chair. Yes. Going to do it one more time. And then bring yourself back to center. Drop the shoulders. Take an easy breath in and out. We're going to toe heel out to goddess legs. So think about your ankles underneath the knees. Think about the knees between your big toe and your little toe. So sometimes the knees fall in like this and you're on the inside edge of your feet, but hold those legs out. So maybe hands about mid-thigh, holding the legs out, rolling the shoulders down. Breathe. If it's super easy, you may want to take your feet back a little wider. It's up to you. You'll feel a deeper stretch in the inner thighs. So just take it where it's comfortable, maybe a little rock on your sits bones too. Lovely. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We don't get to stretch our inner thighs a lot, so it's a beautiful thing to do in goddess. So we move into full goddess if you want. So bring the arms out, T position. Turn the palms up, bring the thumbs and fingers together. Drop the shoulders. Keep the energy rolling to the outside edges of your feet, particularly your little toes. Feel it, otherwise your knees are going to flop in maybe. And then bend at the elbows, bring the palms to face each other, and then turn the palms to face forward. Be tall, press into your feet, press into your sit bones, and lift up through the top of the head. Going to add a little side crunch. Right elbow goes towards the right hip. Let that left elbow go up towards the sky and crunch in that side waist. Inhale to center. Exhale, left elbow towards the left hip. It doesn't have to touch. Right elbow up towards the sky. Ooh, crunch in that waist. Right back to center. One more time each side. Keep pressing into your feet, outer edges, and then coming over to your right. Oh yes, crunch, crunch, crunch. Beautiful for your obliques. Come on back through center. And on an exhale, left elbow over, right elbow up. Crunch in that side waist. Bring that baby rib down towards your hip and then come back through center. Seated goddess. Breathe, inhale, exhale, let the arms relax. Roll up the shoulders, soften the legs, let the knees come forward. And when you're ready, toe heel back to center. Finding your seated mountain. We're coming into a bicycle. So when you're ready, pick up your right knee and bicycle out the leg. It can be low. You might want to hold the leg and bring the knee up a little higher and push that leg a little further away from you. So it's up to you. Yes, always. And the next time the leg is in front of you, it's staying there. So think about your ankle in line with your knee, in line with your hip. And if you pull your toes up towards your kneecaps, you're going to really feel your quads clinging to the top of your thigh bones. Just feel that stretch. And then on an exhale, bend that knee, let that foot float right back down. You may want to give yourself a little pummel, a little massage. And then come back to your seated mountain. So prepare to lift your left foot, your left knee. Tall spine, so you're not wobbling off to the side to do so, and bicycle out that leg. Just take it where it works for you. Again, you can hold the thigh, that's fine. You can bring that knee up to where it goes and push that leg away as far away from you as it will go. And the next time it's away from you, bring your heel in line with your knee in line with your hip. Lift up tall through the spine. Feel that beautiful stretch. If you really pull those toes up, this quad is really working for you. Yes, you can feel it. Put a soft bend to your knee. Let that foot float down, and you may want to give it a little pummel. You may. Yes, you may. Super duper. Come on into the back of your chair. Use the back of your chair to support you and return your legs, your feet to mountain. Let the hands rest lightly on your lap. Drop the shoulders. Lift up through the back of the neck and let your eyes softly close. So returning to 3-part breath. Tirga Pranayama. Just notice this long, slow breath in and out. And see if in the middle of your practice it feels any different than when you started your breath work at the beginning of practice. Especially if you're practicing in the heat of the summer, it's always good to take little mini breath breaks between your movements. Never want to overheat yourself. So one more long, slow breath in, long, slow breath out. And when you're ready, let your eyes open. Give yourself any movement that feels really, really good for you, and then bring yourself back forward onto your chair. So we're going to move into Seated Warrior 1, heel toe all the way over to the right side of your chair. You want to make sure that this back thigh is firmly supported on the seat of your chair, all the way from the back of the knee through the leg. So it's not off here forward, it's got full support, and let your left knee come down in front of you, facing the side. So you can hold your chair where it feels best for you. And you're going to roll over onto your toes, and you're going to either wriggle out your toes behind you or pick up your foot and stretch that leg out behind you. So don't force a straight leg. If your knee needs to stay bent, it simply stays bent. If you want to be on top of your foot, your toes, your choice. But you're facing the side of your chair. Maybe your right hand can hold the chair or the back of your chair, and then bring the left arm forward. Kind of do a shoulder roll so you know exactly where that shoulder is. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and then let your left thumb pull it forward and then up to the sky. So being fully supported here on that right leg, that left leg can get a deeper stretch because you're not spending a lot of time wobbling, trying to maintaining balance, as we're using the chair for a great support here. If you're truly balanced, you can bring the other arm forward and all the way up into tall mountain arms. Make sure the spine is tall and take a big, long, slow breath in and out. And on your next exhale, let the arms float down. Maybe hold on to your chair. Let that back knee bend, just soften through that leg. And then when you're ready, we're bringing the leg back to the side of the chair. So you may want to just step it forward or pick up that leg and bring it all the way forward. Take a breath in and out. We're going to the other side. So when you're ready, heel toe all the way over to the left side of your chair. Again, make sure this back thigh is firmly supported as you drop your right knee. Just check your ankles, your toes, whichever is the best for you to be on the foot or on the back of the foot. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that foot further back and lengthen as much as you can down the hamstrings, down the quad, down the calves. Like just take it where it works for you. Front knee stays over your ankle, shoulders stacked above your hips. And then when you're ready, let your right arm come forward. Make sure the shoulders back, fingers nice and wide. And on an inhale, reaching the arm forward and all the way up to 12 o'clock. Breathe. If you're balanced, that left arm can go forward and then all the way up. This doesn't work for your shoulders. You can take your arms out more relaxed in a V position or bend the elbows. So just take it where it works for you. Take a deep breath in and out. And on your next exhale, let the arms float down. And when they're all the way down, let that back knee softly come back down towards the floor to release that deep stretch. I'm going to bring the leg back to the side of your chair, so the best way for you, maybe holding onto your chair, but bringing that leg up and over. And when you're there, heel toe all the way back to the center of your chair. Take a deep breath in, maybe open mouth, side out. Always feels good for me, may do for you. So we're going to come up for our standing postures. We're still going to be using the chair to support us. So bring the heels in just a little bit behind the knees, just a little bit. We're going to come up in our practice of breath of joy. Most of you, if you're in my chair yoga students, know this so well. So please, as you come forward, make sure you go forward and slightly up. You don't go forward and down. Don't want you falling onto the floor. So we'll come up for a count of 5. So when you're ready, bring the arms forward, lift the hips off your chair, and on an exhale, come back down. Make sure the feet don't come off the floor. So number 2, maybe you want to hover off your chair. You don't have to come all the way back down. Number 3, hope you're having fun. Number 4, and the last one, number 5, all the way up. How tall can you be? Turn the palms away from you, sweep them out. Put a soft bend to your knees, step your feet out a little wider, empty coat sleeves. That should feel good. Hopefully it should feel good. Get some airflow around the limbs. Maybe making a fist and giving yourself a little pummel, a little massage might feel good. And then when you're ready, walk your feet in, find your mountain. We're moving to the back of the chair, moving into high marches. So if you can, pick up those knees and bring yourself to the back of your chair, or move your chair so it comes to you, whichever space you're working with today. We're going to bring the right hip to the side of the chair and find our mountain. So standing mountain, like your seated mountain, there's a space between the feet, the ankles under knees, knees under hips, hips under shoulders. You're nice and tall. I'll just adjust a little bit here. So we're going to do a standing hip stretch today. So when you're ready, your left foot is going to come forward. Keep this left leg engaged so you don't sink out onto your hip, right? So again, nice stretch down the front of the foot. And then pick the knee up as high as it will come up in front of you. So wherever that is, just take it up and down and feel where you can take that knee without rounding the spine. Then take the knee out to the side. And then point your toes and take the toes to the ground behind you and get a stretch down the front of the quad. But lift nice and tall through the spine. So the knee comes out to the side. The knee comes forward. The toes go forward. We're going to do that a couple more times. Lengthen up this right leg. Knee up. Knee out. Point your toes. Touch the floor behind you. Be tall. Squeezing that buttock. Knee out. Knee forward, toes down. Do it one more time. Knee up, knee out, toes behind you, knee out, knee in front of you, and bring your foot down. See if you can place it in mountain. Once that foot's down, take a look down and go, oh no, I didn't. There we go. You might need to make your adjustment. Give yourself a little roll, a little wriggle out through the hips, maybe even a little massage or pump on the thighs might feel good for some of it, because we're going to do that beautiful standing hip stretch on the opposite side. So either turning your opposite hip to your back of your chair, or if you're limited for space like I am, then turn your chair. So just be mindful as you move. You have your chair there for support. If you don't need it, you can have your hands on your hips. That's your choice. But find your mountain and stand nice and tall. So put a soft bend to your left knee to bring your right toes forward, and then lengthen up your left leg. So you're tall. You're not leaning into the chair, even if you're using it for support. You're going to bring that knee up, and then you're going to take it up and down. So you find where you can take this knee. Maybe it doesn't go as high as you think it should, or maybe it goes higher than what you thought it could do. And then I'm going to take the knee out to the side, and then you're going to point your toes to the floor. So touch the floor, lengthen the leg. You'll feel that beautiful stretch in that big muscle right behind you. So bring the knee out to the side, knee forward, toes point down. Long leg, keep lifted through this left leg. Knee up, knee out, toes behind you. Be tall. Knee out, knee forward, toes down. One more time. Knee up, knee out, toes behind you. Lift tall. Bring that knee back out. Bring your knee forward. Float that right foot down. See when it's down. Take a look. Were you able to place your right foot underneath you in mountain? I didn't. Slight adjustment. Put a soft bend to your knees. Take your right foot out a little bit. We're moving into hip circles. So begin with a little hip circle. And then begin to spiral those hip circles out wider. Maybe you even want to go super wide, where you go into a half forward fold and push those hips forward and all the way to the side. Or maybe you want to keep it small. Do one more circle to that side, and then begin to circle around in the opposite direction. Oh yes, those are beautiful hip stretches. And one big hip circle, and then come through center. Put a soft bend to your knees and bring your right foot back in a little bit. You're going to turn to face your chair. We're coming into a half forward fold. So the hands are coming on the chair about shoulder width apart. Probably have to move my chair forward a little bit. And then I'm going to begin to walk away from the chair. So be careful that you don't push your chair away from you or pull your chair into you. But you're going to walk where you think your knees are stacked over your hips and your hip crease is stacked over the front of your kneecaps. And your ears come by your upper arms if you've got nice long straight arms and you're looking down towards the ground. So just feel where the belly is and lift it up a little bit. Feel where the rib cage, the baby ribs are, and each rib above and the front ribs, and lift them up a little bit. And then even the breastbone, feel it lifting, and you'll feel slight engagements every time you make those micro movements. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, bend your knees. Let the head drape a little bit, and walk in really slow towards the chair. Really slow. We don't want the head to come up fast, creating any issues. So come up nice and slow. If you should feel dizzy at all, sit on your chair and take some easy breaths. Sit on your chair and take some easy breaths. So we're going to turn the right hip back to the side of the chair. Finding your mountain. Standing tall. And moving into stork. So you're going to bend your left knee. Let your left knee come up. Ankle underneath the knee. Knee in line with the hip or lower. And check that you're not sinking on this leg, this hip here. And then let the left arm come forward and all the way up to the sky. Feel the webbing between your fingers. If you want to test your balance, you may want to bring your right hand away from your chair. Don't worry if you're wobbling as long as you're safe. Or you can bring that right arm all the way up to the sky, or you can hold onto your chair. Every wobble is strengthening, the 200 bones in your foot, your ankle, your knee, your hip, your spine. So be grateful for your effort. And on an exhale, float that arm and that foot back down. Give yourself a little wriggle, a little shake out. We're moving to stroke on the other side. So again, either bringing your left hip to the side back of your chair or moving your chair, and always beginning in your mountain. So check that your feet are underneath, your ankles are underneath your knees and your hips. Be nice and tall. Right knee bends, right foot lifts the way. Check. Knee, hip, ankle. 90 degrees. Foot flex, sole of the foot to the ground. Are you here? Can you lengthen up that left leg? Don't bring the arms up if it's not working for you. If you want to bring your right arm forward and all the way up, you can feel tall, like someone's holding your wrist and lifting you. If you want to test your balance, you can let your left hand off your chair. If you feel a little stronger on this side than you did the other side, it wouldn't be unusual for many of us. But for every wobble, for every movement of all the foot movement, going right, left, forward and back, you're really strengthening all those bones. It's a beautiful thing to do. Take a deep inhale, and on an exhale, release yourself all the way down. And when you're down, what movement would feel good? What shakeout would feel really, really, really good for you? And then we are coming back to the front of our chair. You can hold your chair. We're going to bring the heel in front of the toes so they really connect, walking like a tightrope walker. So bringing yourself all the way to the front of your chair. And when you do get to the front of the chair, you're going to make sure you can feel the edge of the front edge of your chair right in the back of your legs. Make sure it's there so you know you're not going to miss it at all. And check that you're in mountain. Bring the arms forward, shoulder height or lower, shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, come halfway down to your chair. So your tailbone's going to shoot towards the back of your chair. Keep your knees over your ankles if you can. Take a deep breath in there, and on an exhale, bring yourself all the way down. Hopefully, very safely, returning to your chair. And snuggle yourself way in the back of your chair. Check that you're in mountain. Drop the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Let it go on your exhale. And close your eyes. So preparing to move in for Ashavasana. If you're a student that likes to come down on the floor, then make sure you're out in traditional Shavasana style. Or if you have your legs over your chair, make sure your knees are over your hips to let your lower back really ease. Nothing to do. Each breath in and easing. Each breath out and let it go. You may be feeling sensations, maybe feeling warmth after your practice. But try not let your mind focus on any one spot. See if you can ease the entire body on every exhale. So if you notice a little tension or tightness or holding in any part of your body, let it go on your exhale. Soft, easy breath. How relaxed is the jaw? How soft is your face? And gently begin to give the toes a little wriggle, the fingers a little wriggle, maybe some wrist circles. And when you're ready, let your eyes open very gently. Let that light seep in softly. Check that you're in your seated mountain. Strong, tall, but not rigid. At your heart center, taking a bow to your heart. Namaste.